Here is another bag for my Use Your Bag series. This is something that's very special, I think. This is the Greenroom136 Genesis, medium size. They don't even offer this anymore, and I hope they do, because this bag is very, very unique in many, many ways, and I think it really shows off what Greenroom can do. I got this probably in 2021 or 2022. This is VX42. This is before people were starting to use EXP fabric, and this is a wildcard build, so it's maxed out with features. But let me show you the bag and why I think this is such a cool bag. It is a I would call it a flap top, right? So the top opens like this, and then it's kind of a bucket. I'm not a fan of bags like this, right? I'm not a fan of roll tops, as you've heard me say many, many times. But what makes this difference is, while it is a flap top, there are a ton of organization inside and outside and around the bag. So for primary storage for all your stuff, it is top access, and when you close down the flap, especially with these signature Greenroom136 wings, stuff is going to stay protected and dry. And again, typical Greenroom136 design. Hook and loop here. I have silencers here because I don't like to use hook and loop in general, but this could be attached with the field, or in my case, I have fit locks everywhere, and this is a slightly quieter way of getting into the main compartment. And then let me just finish in the main compartment. Of course, we have that classic extra pocket design, right? The inner lining forms pockets all over, and there are these pockets, in this case very, very deep, that you can use or not. Especially the front one is actually quite roomy, so it acts as a divider if you want to put stuff in the front. Of course, this has no volume of its own, so it will be sharing between whatever is in the main compartment and whatever you put out here. And then on the front wall, it's a little bit of organization, little pockets, and also a zippered pocket that is not very deep. So some of an admin style pocket up here, up top, so that you can put frequently used item in. And the back is set up to take a book pouch. So get it out this way. So this, I believe, is the large size book pouch fitting a 15-inch laptop. I think any big laptop will fit into here. And this, again, is Velcroed into the back wall with matching loop field if you want to use it. If you do not need a laptop, then you have more open space for your general items. Let me throw this back in. So as I said, if this were just a flap top, I would not be interested because this is not my style of carry. But let me show you all the other organization that is here. A pocket with the rain flap underneath the flap. So this is a pocket. And then on the front wall, another pocket down to here. Third pocket down to the bottom. And then on the side, I have it set up because this was a custom wildcard order. This side is water bottle, and then this side, this is another fit lock. It's a covered pocket. So this side for something that's a little more secure. This side, water bottle, my 30-ounce Osweiler fits, even though it pushes into the main compartment a little bit. So let's see, pocket, 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 pocket. But if you look at this front, you notice there's a little bit of a volume here, right? That's because this front panel actually has side zipper access to a pretty spacious compartment with about this much volume. So this design, it's also in the current North Seeker as well. So North Seeker, I think, takes some design elements from this bag. And this is great. So when the bag is all closed up, you can basically get to this side pocket quite easily. And if you look closely, the zipper stops a couple of inches from the bottom, which means stuff will not all fall out when you open this, right? So even if stuff gets settled on the bottom, this little height will prevent things from falling out. So lots of thoughts that went into this. And by now, if you know Green Room, you know back panel. On the side of the back panel, you can get a zippered access to another secret pocket. I have this set to be small, not full depth, because I think there will be too much stuff in here if you have that much volume. So this is really just good for a passport or a thin wallet, something that you want to keep very, very secure. What else is there? The flaps, standard Green Room design, mesh on the bottom. There's D-rings here for you to attach additional things, and I do not have any quick release on the strap because I don't really need it, and there's extra hardware and things to dangle on. So again, this is the Genesis. Not very common these days. I am putting this up for sale only because I don't use it. It is a great bag, and I think this is a kind of a great design in the history of backpacks in general. Check it out.